Beyond the iconic images of World War II, the storming of Normandy, the ruins of Berlin, the speeches of Churchill and Roosevelt, lies a quieter, often overlooked story. A story not of generals and politicians, but of everyday men and women who stepped into history with nothing but their courage. These were teachers, diplomats, shopkeepers, farmers, and teenagers. People without medals or command. And yet, through extraordinary acts of resistance, compassion, and defiance, they changed the course of lives, if not the war itself. While the textbooks often tell the story of World War II through battles and borders, the true soul of the conflict lives in the decisions made in basements, in quiet backrooms, and in moments of profound moral clarity. This is the story of the forgotten heroes. Take Raoul Wallenberg, a young Swedish diplomat stationed in Budapest in 1944. He arrived as Hungarian Jews were being deported en masse to Auschwitz. Wallenberg launched a daring rescue mission, not with weapons, but with paper. He designed and distributed Swedish protective passports, unauthorized but official-looking, and handed them out by the thousands. He transformed rented buildings into Swedish safe houses, complete with flags and immunity. Through charm, audacity, and tireless action, it is estimated that Wallenberg saved over 20,000 lives. He vanished after Soviet troops entered Budapest. To this day, no one knows exactly what happened to him. Then there is Irena Sendler, a young Polish social worker in Warsaw. Working under the cover of providing medical care, she secretly smuggled Jewish children out of the Warsaw Ghetto, sometimes hidden in suitcases, other times sedated and carried in ambulances. She documented their real names and new identities, burying the records in jars beneath an apple tree in a friend's backyard. Arrested by the Gestapo, she was tortured and sentenced to death, but a bribe arranged by the Polish resistance saved her. She returned to her work immediately. Thanks to her, 2,500 children survived the Holocaust. Far from the battlefields, in a quiet London suburb, Nicholas Winton, a 29-year-old stockbroker, discovered the looming threat facing Czech Jewish families. With no government backing, he organized transport for 669 children, placing them with families in Britain and saving them from the horrors of the camps. For decades, he told no one, not even his wife. His heroism only came to light when she found a scrapbook in the attic, filled with names, photos, and documents. His story remains one of the most touching acts of private courage during the war. In Nazi-occupied France, Georges Loinger used his training as a physical education teacher to save lives. As a member of the Jewish resistance, he organized games with children near the Swiss border. Under the cover of play, he led over 350 children to safety across enemy lines. He believed that strength, agility, and cunning were tools of survival. His calm under pressure and ability to outwit border guards turned playtime into a path to freedom. These are just a few names among thousands. Resistance fighters across Europe risked everything to sabotage Nazi operations, blowing up railway lines, harboring fugitives, forging documents, and transmitting radio signals. They were often alone, unarmed, and hunted. And yet their impact was profound. Their courage disrupted supply chains, undermined occupation forces, and gave hope where none remained. In Italy, in Greece, in the Balkans, stories echo of entire villages hiding partisans, of clergy organizing escapes, of nurses sheltering the wounded from both sides. In the Netherlands, a woman named Miep Gies helped hide Anne Frank and her family in the secret annex. After their arrest, it was Gies who preserved Anne's diary, safeguarding one of the most important human records of the 20th century. What ties these people together is not nationality, background, or ideology, but the moral conviction to do what was right when it was most dangerous. Many acted alone. Some never told their stories. Others were punished by their own governments after the war. And still, they persisted, because they believed that saving one life was worth risking their own. These stories might not make it into most history textbooks, but they matter. They remind us that heroism is not confined to the battlefield. Sometimes heroism is a whispered warning, a hidden doorway, or a forged paper slipped into a shaking hand. As we look at the world today, these forgotten heroes of World War II continue to teach us. They show that one person, quiet, ordinary, overlooked, can change the fate of another. That in the face of overwhelming evil, small acts of good become revolutionary. We remember them not just to honor the past, but to guide the future. Let us carry their names forward. Let us tell their stories. And let us remind the world that the light of humanity, even in the darkest hour, can never be fully extinguished. If you found these stories moving, please subscribe to Frontline Fragments for more untold accounts of courage, sacrifice, and resilience. And in the comments tell us, which forgotten hero stood out to you most? What story of courage would you like us to tell next?